Hello everyone, it's Brian here at Bryden Farm. You can find us online at Bryden, B-R-I-D-E-N, farm.com. And standing here in our first garden and looking at our russet Burbank potatoes. Now, because they get dappled sunlight, many of them have grown really too long, and some of them have fallen down. The other thing that I've done is I've interplanted them with, as you can see down here, bush beans. These ones are green beans, and on the other side, in the second garden we'll look at in a moment, those are yellow beans, but bush beans, said to repel potato bugs. And last year had a great success. Our garden was out in Clementsport, and we had no potato bugs. So hoping that that's going to happen. As you can see, they're setting buds, and some of them are actually, noticed the other day, some of them are actually starting to blossom, which means that we'll soon have, hopefully, new potatoes. But I can't see myself doing this because I can't figure out how to turn my thing around once I'm recording. But if you can see that, these things are massively high and still growing higher, and really they're too high, but it's because we're not getting enough sun in here. And some are, as I mentioned, falling over. We will harvest what we're able. Manure tea, good fertilizer for the garden, and we'll continue along this side where we have some peas started, and along this side where we have a little salad garden started. Everything desperately needs water. I should probably be watering. I've kind of put off watering. I should probably be getting it started, but we've been having very hot, humid days here, and he's along here as well. She's filling it, and it's funny because, as many of you know, this was wilderness. Still partly is wilderness, and we ran our goats and our pigs through here, and we have done our best to turn it into garden. So we're actually learning as we go. This one actually should have had a little more light, so next year it'll be things like peas and beets and radish that actually prefer cooler climates and can handle more shade. And in this garden, again, we have peas coming along the edge. These are Kennebec potatoes, and one way to find out if your potatoes have potato bugs is, well, before you even notice anything going on with your potatoes, as in holes in the leaves, is to get the look under the leaves, look under the leaf and see what you can see. And if you don't see anything, then you should be good. And if you do see things, then they need to be addressed. So coming along the back edge here is where our best peas seem to be growing, and they're climbing up these mink cages that we've used to make our fences. Again, I've been in here and hilled several times. You can see that there are beans growing among the potatoes, help repel insects, hopefully. The other thing that we have growing here, and these are soon going to need to be wet out, are carrots and parsnip. And we'll see how that goes over the next bit. We also have some Swiss chard started here. It's coming slowly. The heat is definitely taking its toll. And yes, I should be in watering, but hoping that we might get some water. Of course, if it's a hot day like today, you can't or shouldn't really water during the hot weather. If you're wondering what that was, you've seen it on my hand. We actually have some goats that I'm on my way out to give a brushing to. In here we have beets, a few beets, and a few more beets, and I'm trying to make a uphill swing of my leg there. And in here we have some spinach, and right ahead of the spinach is actually a line of lettuce that we started, and behind that we have some kale coming. And the funny thing is, in the middle of all that, somehow we managed to drop a tomato seed, and there comes a tomato. Behind that we have some broccoli planted. Not sure how well you can see that there. So again, very much a wilderness garden. Over time I'll get in here and prune out some more of these saplings. The rock adds a nice feature, great place to have a seat. The tub, which hasn't held water quite as well as I would have liked for it to, I'm going to have to get a better plug in that, and hopefully that'll help catch some water, and we can use that on the garden. And coming down through, have a little passageway here. Almost like to have something growing over each side of it, and then it can be a little secret passage. So anyway, we're going from garden 2 into garden 3, which is really mainly our squash family garden. Squash and melons. And in here we have growing, it's hard for me to see here, I gotta get where I can see too, pumpkin. And we have pumpkins growing down here. Again, desperately needs to be wed, and because it's a woodland garden, what needs to be wed are trees. Not sure you can see that, but the forest wants to regenerate itself. Can't say as I blame it. And the nice thing is, these are little treats for goats. So I need to get in and get ahead of this again, because you can see even in the walkway it's starting to come up. And it is blistering hot out here today. So maybe if I strip some of these today, I'll be able to slow them down a little bit. And on this side we have squash. Hoping you can see that. I cannot see my screen, so hoping you can see the squash plants there. And it's been fun. It's been an experiment. It's going to take, I'm going to say, probably 3 to 5 years to really get this garden to where I want it, where there's no new trees trying to take over. And where we actually are able to successfully grow vegetables. Now, this is going to look funny, but a number of years ago I used Ontario seed, OSC seed, and I had no luck with it. And this year we actually had a local fellow, who lives here now, buy some chickens from us, Pascal, and I heavily seeded the cucumbers, and now I need to come back and heavily weed the cucumbers, because this year the OSC seed has really, seemingly, so far so good, worked well for us. Now, not all of this was Ontario Seed Company, but the cucumbers were. And over here we have cucumbers that actually we got from Veggie Squirrel, I believe. And Veggie Squirrel can be found on Facebook. It can also be found most weekends in downtown Bear River, selling her seedlings. Here again, you need to get out and get some weeding done. And you can see that even this garden, now this is actually, these are mini love watermelons. I don't think they're going to develop into much right now, but that's what's planted here. And you can see that this garden gets sun about halfway through the day. And really, I should have taken out more of these trees. Problem being, we have a neighbor over the hill there, and I would rather not fall these on his roof. So until I get a little more experience under my belt cutting trees, falling trees, I think we'll deal with things as they come. And in here we have pixies, pixie melons. So one there, one here, and again I don't know if they're going to develop into anything. There's a third, but we shall see. Definitely need to get in here. Look how the grasses are coming up. It's probably from the hay seed, from having the goats that you can hear in the background, and the pigs roam through here and giving them hay, which has probably seeded this ground, but we need to get in here and get that all wet out. And over on this side we have some what are now becoming quite beautiful zucchini plants, and those are also from Veggie Squirrel. And again, as we go, I'm just grabbing what I can of leaves off the trees because they're trying to regenerate as well. And the next garden, smile, you're on candid camera. The next garden.
La porte pour toi.
Ouvrez la porte pour moi.
Yeah.
Merci beaucoup. See, I can speak a little French. Dans le français.
We might have a comeback.
I noticed.
Yeah. No, Holly. No.
Holly, you stay here. I'll meet you at the next gate. There's Holly. Oh, there's Holly, our dog. That's not Holly, our dog. That's Denise's belly. And Holly, you stay there. We'll meet you up at the next gate, and that way you won't get in any trouble. So in here, around the edges, we actually have tomatoes, and I'm actually a little bit surprised at the tomatoes because even under this hot weather, they seem to be doing a fairly good job. Our little seedling tomatoes, I'm not sure how good a job they're going to do, but we went and bought some seedlings, tomatoes, to stick in between our own seedlings, as seedlings we started from seed, and those we went and bought are doing great. The others, they may come in time. And on this side here, actually at this point, have some squash planted. Gonna do squash, some corn, and maybe some beans, the Three Sisters garden. And we have many rows, about 10 rows of corn started here that we started about a month ago, roughly. We've got the date written down somewhere. And we started that from seed. The closer I get, the more background noise you will likely hear as I gather some goodies for our goats. We have 5 new arrivals here at Bryden Farm. Pygmies and dwarves, or minis, and we're not sure how many of those we're going to keep, so if you are looking for goats, then give us a shout, let us know, and we may be able to accommodate you. On this end, again, I'm looking to do a Three Sisters garden with pumpkin that seems to be taking its time, and another second pumpkin that actually got broke off the day after I planted it. Now, if you can see over the fence here, I'm not sure how well we can see, but there is Jerry, and not far away is Tom, our 2 Berkshire pigs, and they're the responsible for tilling this up for us. Archie and Carl, our bucks, are the ones who went ahead of the pigs. I leave them out in the morning and bring water, and then I bring extra during the day, so I've started to get a little smarter, and I'm leaving a bucket here, so when I'm out here at this time of day, if they don't have water, which I'm not sure if you can see, but I can see they still do, if they're out of water or getting low on water, then I'll add to that. Denny, I got a little job for you.
Yeah, just a second.
The metal, the piece of steel,
Mm-hmm.
I think I forgot to put it on the gate this morning,
And they're pushing.
and Jerry wants to push his way out underneath.
Yep.
Now we've got 3 braces and a piece of very heavy steel to hold that gate in place, and with that in place, to date he hasn't been able to push his way out, thankfully. Bring the end right around in this direction. Yep, that's good. That should work. And there. That should hold them. They're getting bigger, and the bigger they get,
More stronger.
the stronger they are. And that one's Tom in the back. And there's Jerry. Say hello, Jerry. Say hello, Tom. You boys like this? Probably not.
You like green?
You like that? I'll give it to you if you want it. I can get more for the goats. Huh? Yeah, you gonna eat it? I tried them the other day and they weren't too fussy. I find that animals eat greens, even when it comes to corn stalks. You can hear the goats now for sure. Even when it comes to corn stalks and such, we better get over there. You don't want to keep the neighbors complaining too long. Even when it comes to corn, yeah, even when it comes to corn stalks and squash and plant greens, it seems to matter a lot what the. Can I get you to? Actually, here I'll feed them. I'll give it to them through the fence. So here we are. We'll give it to them right through the fence.
I'll go cut some
Hey, here. Meh. 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 Yeah. Here. Go get it. Go get it. So the one back too, that's Honey. And then Turbo. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get in here right now. But what I want to do, actually I'm going to get in here, so I'm probably going to end the video. We're done with the gardens. I want to get in here because I want to come in and brush the goats. So anyway, these are goats that we got about a week ago. We may be looking to rehome some of them. And if you're looking for goats, give us a shout. You can reach us 902-907-0770, and you can find out more about us online at Bryden Farm, BRIDN Farm.com. Oh, and remember our TV channel, tv.brydenfarm.com. All right, have a good day, everyone. From me and the goats here at Bryden Farm. Hello. Hello.